Welcome to another episode of JavaScript tutorials for beginners. In the last episode, we learned what is JavaScript and what we can do with JavaScript, and also we have seen how to execute a JavaScript code. You can use one online code editor like this, or you can install Node.js and Visual Studio Code to write JavaScript code in your local system. So I have created one empty folder called JS tutorial. You can create a folder anywhere in your system, and then you open terminal. So you can see I am inside this JS tutorial folder. This is empty folder right now. If your location is different, like suppose I am in the code, not in JS tutorial, you can go to JS tutorial folder using cd space JS tutorial. In Windows you can just right click and create new and create one folder. So first let's create one JavaScript file. Okay, you can just create one sample text file with the name, any name you can think of. Like I can call it main.javascript and extension should be JS. Okay, I've created this main.js file and I'm going to edit it. I can open with Visual Studio Code, but for first tutorial let's open it in the notepad. So I've opened this file main.js in notepad and I'm going to write some code. I'm going to write console.log and some text. So you can use this console log statement to output something. So we are outputting this test string. Okay, I'm going to save the file, and in your terminal if you type node space the file name main.js, okay, you can see the output. So you can use this node executable file to execute any JavaScript file. Okay, I have created this main.js file and we're executing in this way. Now definitely we're not going to write our code with our notepad. We have already installed this Visual Studio Code in the last episode, and we can use that. So for that you can go to your terminal and type code and code followed by a dot means current folder. So Visual Studio Code will open in your current folder. Now it has opened. Okay, let me increase the font size. You can see main.js file is available in the left side. If you click on the main.js, the file will open on the right side. So I've written this console log test. Also, if you're using VS Code, then you don't have to open the separate terminal. You can use VS Code's internal terminal. But now the terminal is hidden. But from here, if you drag here, you can open the terminal in VS Code. Go to the terminal, and from there also you can execute a file. So here I am executing node space the file name main.js, and you can execute from here also. So for those who have not installed Node or VS Code, they can use this online code editor. This is also same thing. Here console log hello world is there, and if you execute it by clicking on this execute button, you can execute the code and you can see the result on the right side. So I hope now everyone has the code editor and the node setup, and now we can start learning JavaScript. So in JavaScript, first we are going to learn statements and expressions in JavaScript, and we are going to write some code here to instruct the computer to do something, right? So in JavaScript we have something called statements. Statement is for giving some instruction to the computer to do something, and expression is when we write some expression, that expression resolves to a value. For example, let's write some expressions. Expression is, suppose I'm writing number 5, right? 5 plus 6, that is 11, right? When you write this kind of expression, that means this expression resolves to one value. For example, this is 5 plus 6 equals to 11. And similarly we can have statements. Statements are something that doesn't resolve to a value. If I write let name equals to something, This is a statement. So statement is, it is saying that you create one variable name and assign the value Bob into that name. This is a statement. So this can be think of as, this is giving computer some instruction to do something, but is not actually resolving to one value, and that is called the statement. So I can write a different kind of sentence statement, like let age equals to 5 plus 6. So this is a combination of expression and a statement. The right side is an expression that resolves to a value, and that value is setting in the variable age, and that becomes one statement. So the basic difference between statement and expression is that expression resolves to a value and statement is just an instruction. This is one assignment operator, and we can have one while loop, or we can have some if age is greater than 11, then do something. This is also, and this is also three lines of statements, because this is not actually resolving to one value, but this is something that is telling computer to do something. So I hope you are clear about statements and expressions. We're going to learn the meaning of let, if, all those keywords later, but for now just understand what is expression and what is statement. Next I'm going to explain comments. Comments in JavaScript. You can see I've already written some comments like expressions or statements. So this line number 2, expressions, this line actually has no meaning. I mean, computer is not gonna execute this line. We have only written this line for our reference. So when you're writing code, if you want to add some comments for other developers, or suppose you are opening your code after a long time and you don't know what the code is doing, so for that we can write some comments so that we can check that comment later and understand what is happening. So in JavaScript we can write comments in two ways. The first example is single line comment. Here we have written this one is a single line comment. That means we can only write comment in one line in this way. So a single line comment, we can start our comment using double slash, and then can write whatever you want in that line. Now see, if I add any new line and try to add some comments, this is not a comment. Line number 3 is not a comment, because if we want to write any comment, we have to write double slash and then followed by our sentence. This is a comment. So this is how we write single line comment. But if you want to write more than a single line, then you can use multi-line comment. For example, if I write like this, slash then star, and then I can end the comment using star and then a slash. So within this block, this star slash and slash star, this slash star and star slash, within that block we can write any number of lines. This is a comment, this is another line. So we can write multiple lines using this type of comment syntax. And also if you're using any code editor like VS Code, you can see that comments are shown as a gray color, so that you can easily see that this is a comment, and after that if I write something else, then it's not becoming gray, and it is not a comment here. So in this episode we have learned statements and expressions and comments. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section, and we'll continue our learning journey in the next video. Thanks for watching.